Mother's Day. So we either have upcoming holiday or we have upcoming gift season. So I picked just a simple sign that we can use to extend our selling period from now all the way through Mother's Day. So we've got purples, greens, and a little accent of gold. So I am going to play into that gold with the frame and the mesh. What's up, y'all? I know some people are watching football. The rest of us are crafting. Y'all, and then we're going to have, so this kit was $50, well, it was going to be like $58 or something for just the one kit. So I threw in an extra frame because we'll have enough leftovers to make another little baby wreath. So that way you can like double your sales from the one kit. All right, and the kit is I think $50. So I put it on, I discounted it because it's all lumped together, and you'll be able to make 2 wreaths with it. All right, let's grab our mesh. So for the large frame, we're gonna put one 30-inch ruffle all the way around. And then for the small frame, we're gonna need 8 20-inch ruffles. You're doing both multitasking? So let's cut our 30-inch. We'll need 9 of each color. My Christmas tree is still up. Here and at the house and at the office. All right. Y'all, I have too much stuff right here. Let's measure this out. All right, there's 1. 2. Sold your first wreath, got your first biz-to-business customer. Awesome. 3. 4. 5. 6. Uh-oh. Stay out of my way, pipe cleaner. Y'all, how many was that? 6? 6. 7. It's snowy where you are? No fun. It was actually really nice today here. All right, we're gonna save this because we're gonna need it for our little baby wreath. Now we're gonna take our 30-inch pieces and we're gonna put one all the way around the frame. So we're gonna curl it on both sides just a little bit. And then we're gonna ruffle it right down the middle. All right, and then we're just gonna add that all the way around. Let's put them upside down. So upside down just means that you can see the two curls and the ruffle. I personally like to start on the bottom when adding just curls. Y'all, this one is a fabric mesh, and it's super soft. It's from a new supplier. All right, so just make sure you're fluffing those up as you go. And we're just gonna alternate all the way around. I'm good. How are you? I got 49 there today. It's been like in the 60s today. You bought the box? Awesome, Bobby. Y'all, if you don't know, you can actually go to damonswreathkits.com. I think it'll take you right to where you need to be. And Art, just go to DecoExchange and scroll down to Wreath Kit. And you can grab this wreath kit. Pretty color, yeah. So we're going with purples and golds. The gold is really pretty. It's like a burlap color almost, and then the stripes inside of it is like a champagne gold. So it's not super dark. Sarah had 3 resales in her Etsy shop. Congratulations. I looked at my Etsy tax information today, and one of our Etsy shops did just over 200,000 this year on Etsy. So people definitely shop on Etsy. And of that 200,000, Etsy brought almost 60% of those customers directly. So they went to Etsy, they searched on Etsy, and they found our product from Etsy. I got a text from you today that I want a box. Is that a scam? If it came from our number, it's not a scam. Can't wait for your decals to come in. Y'all, so we leave Friday, which means probably tomorrow afternoon, all the vinyl will come off the website until probably March, almost. So the only people in the warehouse that know how to make the vinyl and cut the vinyl are me and Parker. We haven't been able to train the girls on it yet. So all vinyl will have to come off the website while we're traveling. All right, we're almost done with the bottom ruffles. Vanessa heard the cha-ching for the first time today. Congratulations. All right, so if you've never seen the ruffle before, what we're doing is all mesh is going to fray. Like, you're not gonna beat it. It's just gonna happen. So what we do is we cut it a little bit longer, and then we curl those edges so that the cut pieces are tucked inside, and then we ruffle it. That way it minimalizes the amount of potential fray that your customers are gonna see. No, that's just the wind rattling the door. All right, now we're gonna put our 30-inch ruffles in the top. Now, the reason that I like to do the bottom first and then the top is because the more you mess with your mesh, the more it's gonna fray. So, in my opinion, if you do the bottom, the top just kind of sits on top of it. If you do the top first, you have to keep moving it out your way to add your bottom ruffle. However, there's no law, so do what you need. Ruffle, see how we hid those cut edges? That's all we want to do. Charlotte, were you in the How to Make Wreaths group? All right, now we're just adding the same 30-inch ruffle. You didn't get a text, so you didn't win. Y'all don't read. Nowhere did I say I texted the winners. Nowhere did I say I announced the winners. All I said was, so far, 47 people had guessed the right number. Tammy got the kit, awesome. All right, doing that little curl, giving it the little ruffle. Getting that tied off. We're almost done adding our mesh. And we're just alternating every other piece. Hello in Texas. What was the number? Well, I can't tell you. They're not done guessing. That would be dumb. How do you get a kit? Go to DecoExchange.com and then just scroll down till you see wreath kits. All right, we have 2 more to go. Rebecca, it's your first time here. Welcome. How do you know you won? Well, tomorrow you'll get a text that says, hey, congratulations, you won. All right. Now that we got our base all done, let's prep our sign. So if you go to the wreath kit section, all you're gonna see is the sign because the kit wasn't made yet. Turn those off. Don't need them. Get our mounting squares. Suzanne, it's your first time too. Welcome. Y'all, we're gonna add a little bit of super glue in the 4 corners. Oh, you're welcome, Cynthia. Adding our mounting squares right to that glue. All right. Then we're gonna take our hot glue and we're just gonna put a little bit of hot glue right around those mounting squares. What's a better value, the kits or the subscription box? I would say the subscription box because you get more for your money. So my opinion is that, here's my real opinion, kits are to help you feel more comfortable and more confident in what you can make, because you can literally take a box of supplies and know exactly what to do with them. And the subscription box is to help you with your creativity that you already have, right? To bring apart or together all the different materials to make a bunch of different projects. All right, we're gonna let this dry. Right, so whenever you get the kit, everyone's getting the exact same products with the exact same steps on how to make their wreath. Let's get out our ribbon. You ordered a subscription box today, awesome. The good news is you made it in before they cut off the boxes for February, so you'll actually get a box in like 2 weeks. FYI, if you are not aware, we do have a subscription box. We send out a box of wreath supplies every month, and you have a couple of days left to get in enough time to still get the February box. So if you're not on that yet, you can go to wreathsupplybox.com and sign up. All right, I'm gonna use my Easy Bow Maker. All right, now I wanted to do just the old traditional DecoExchange wreath. So we're gonna measure out about 8 inches. Give it a good pinch. Charlotte, you just got on the 60919 train. Where you been, girl? All right. We're gonna measure out about 7 inches. Measure out about 8, cut your tail. And we're gonna make this same pattern over and over again. Where do you get the subscription box information? Go to wreathsupplybox.com. All right, same loops over and over again. So you make it through your pile of ribbon. Every loop, our bow is just gonna get a little bit smaller. Rusty, that's a very smart decision. Okay, it's just a flower. Y'all, we're gonna make 3 of these bows, so we are good. Mel's here. Y'all, can y'all believe that someone gave Mel an axe and let her throw it like a real life axe? Like, what the heck? Y'all, she falls up her stairs and we're gonna give her an axe? How can you get a catalog? Girl, this is not the 70s. You go to DecoExchange.com. We don't do no catalogs. All right, our last one, we're gonna do a nice center loop. I felt like we had like a Sears Roebuck moment there. Y'all, who remembers the Sears catalog? By the time we would print a catalog, it would all be sold out. We'd have to redo it. All right, y'all, I did not have enough 20-inch pipe cleaners left in stock to send them out for the kit. So you will get 12-inch. What you're gonna do is take them, you're gonna take your two 12-inch and you're gonna twist them together. All right, once you twist them together, give them a really good tug to make sure they don't fall apart. Then you can wrap it around your bow. I don't remember the JCPenney's. I only remember the Sears catalog because my nanny worked at Sears. Give it a good pinch. And give it a good twist. All right, now look at our cute little bow that we made. All right, we're gonna make two more just like that. We're gonna clutter this wreath up real good. Let's prep our pipe cleaner. All right, now just remember the order that we went in. All right, measure out 8 inches, give it a good twist. Measure out 7. Measure out 7. How do you get on the text list? You just text me. It's 504-553-3451. You had to buy the kit? I don't blame you. It's actually a really good deal. Sears had a kit to build your house. That sounds sketchy. All right, so we're starting with 8-inch tails. Every tail stays about 8 inches. Then we're gonna go to 7-inch loops, and then every loop is gonna get about a ½ an inch smaller as we get to our center. Do your ribbon need to be in the same order? Yours don't. Y'all also, listen, I don't want y'all to think, okay, I get a lot of people asking every time I go live if this is a kit. So I am gonna try to, if I make a wreath on Facebook, I am gonna try to have some kits together for that wreath. I can't promise it all the time, but also I don't want y'all to feel like I'm just trying to sell y'all kits every time, right? Y'all, if you are an extremely experienced wreather, then you don't need a kit every time. But y'all don't get tired of hearing me say, oh, this is a kit. because some people are brand new and they just need a little more guidance on picking out product. And it'll save our team a lot of time trying to answer customer service emails for people. Shaylin said her Sears kit home is 90 years old and gorgeous. That's awesome. All right, last loop right here in the middle. Kathy, listen. So many people are mad because we put the ricotta in the sauce. It cracks me up. All right, we're gonna take our pipe cleaner, make sure it's good and tight. Slide it up. Get it good and pinch down. Tie it off. All right, there's two. We're gonna make one more. What do you get with the subscription? If you go to wreathsupplybox.com, you can read all about it. You get a box of wreath supplies. All right, last one. Make it about 7 inches. All right, so look, whenever I say measure out 7 inches, that 7 inches is when your ribbon is at an angle off the board, and this tip is at the 7-inch mark. All right. Y'all, also, word of advice, whenever you're purchasing kits, you either want to buy kits that you can make multiple products with. So if they're selling you the full roll of mesh or the full roll of ribbon, look at it and determine can I make more than one project with that? Or you need to buy kits that are cut and measured right to the amount that you need. If not, so for example, if I sold you this kit for $50 and you only made the one wreath with it, you would have a lot of supplies left over and you would be trying to charge your customers $150, right? So with this one, I want to show you, like, you take your scraps and you make a whole second wreath, so that way you can charge for both to make your money back. Where can you purchase that tool? Girl, I'm not for sale. If you're talking about the Easy Bow Maker, you can get it at DecoExchange.com. How are you? I'm good. How are you? Delta says, I was a little disappointed in my first kit. I bought, it had 4 signs, 1 roll of ribbon, no frames, or enough ribbon to make a wreath. I felt like this box was well worth it what I paid, but I could not make a wreath from it. Well, if you bought a wreath kit, it should have been enough stuff to make a wreath. If you're talking about a subscription box or a leftover subscription box, that would make sense, because it's not a kit. All right, we have one more loop here, then our center loop. Where do you find this kit? You can go to DecoExchange.com and then scroll down to Wreath Kits. Or you can just go to DamonsWreathKits.com and it should take you right to the section. You'll just look for the one that's the purple sign. All right, center loop. Mom, are y'all home yet? I just saw my mother. I know, I don't know why I'm getting all these stores. How long should it take you to make a wreath? Every person's gonna be different. Whenever you first start, it's gonna take you longer than after you've been doing it for a while. Buried in 24 inches of snow, girl. For sale, son. All right, give it a good pinch, twist it off, tie it off. All right, let's get all this back out of our way for a second. Get this back over here. Who should I talk to find out about your business coaching? You just go to learnfromdamon.com and scroll down to business coaching. We don't have a sales team. You just read it, decide if you want to join it, then join us. All right, let's grab our sun. Do I have any snow? Girl, if it snows down here in South Louisiana, we got bigger problems than Facebook for sure. All right, there we go. Y'all, we're gonna take our 4 pipe cleaners. We're gonna just add it right here. Whenever I do a deco mesh wreath, I like to leave one side longer and then tie it up like this. New York, 20 inches, Ellen. Me and Jordan are gonna plan a trip to New York because I can now fly to New York for like $37, and Jordan wants to go to New York, so we're gonna need to just make a trip now. All right. So I like to leave the pipe cleaners on the mesh wreath longer because you need more distance between your sign and the frame to get it tied off. And if you do it halfway, or if you fold them in half completely, sometimes you have to just pull it a little too tight and it looks a little janky. So we don't do that. So I'm gonna take my sign and I'm gonna put it out here on the edge. I want the edge of my sign, to be about to the edge of the top of the ruffle. Wait till, yeah, we ain't going when it's cold. Well, he wants to see Christmas lights, so he might have to like YouTube that part. All right, now we're just wrapping that pipe cleaner around the frame. All right, so I'm gonna go from this corner over here to this corner. Do I have a link for the cable stickers that I use? You just go to DecoExchange.com. That's the ones that I use. All right, now on this side of the frame, I'm gonna attach one up here, one down here. I'm not gonna be a trained person, Debbie. I'm out. Tammy's the trained one. That didn't sound good. Adrian, I just realized that I saw your name a while ago. How are you doing, friend? I expect you in class tomorrow. All right, now, whenever you're making your sign, you want it to be tight, but not squish your mesh, and not jiggly. Do you go through the mesh if you need to? All right. Now we're gonna take one of our 3 bows and we're gonna put one at the bottom, one at the top, and then one over here on the side. Rent a car. I would probably just book another flight if I had to go somewhere else. All right. Iguanas are falling out of trees. So one of my friends actually had that happen to her. She lives in South Florida, and I guess 2 years ago, the iguanas were falling on the roof of her craft shed. Are there ever evening classes for business coaching? Every Tuesday and Wednesday. All right, So we got that bottom bow on. We're just gonna flip our whole wreath around, go directly across, and add our next one. Y'all, this was my most popular wreath design. It still is my best seller. All right. Top, bottom, need to get one over here. All right, and then this one, so this is why we do the top and the bottom first. So see right here on the edge? Now we're just gonna put that third bow right in the middle to fill that gap. Thanks, Megan Fugate. Megan, I started working on your, we'll call it order today. Oh yeah, Pam, don't go straight down with your pipe cleaners. Pull them out. So I'll flip it over so you can see. So our sign is right here. 2 pipe cleaners are stretched out this way, and then 2 are stretched out this way to hold it kind of suspended. All right. Y'all, now we're gonna do some ribbon tails for the bottom. We're gonna start there. On this one, I'm gonna do 12-inch tails. And I wanna do this green, this burlap. I'm gonna do these 2. How long does it normally take orders to ship? Just depends on how many orders we have. 1. All right, so we're gonna need 9 of each of these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Julie, I've answered you. They've answered you. Go to DecoExchange.com, and that's where you get them. Fold these over, give them a good trim. I don't sell the, well, sometimes I sell ribbon tail boards, but we're currently sold out. You can get them at hotmeshmom.com. Y'all, I just lied to y'all. I cut enough ribbon for the whole wreath. I only need the bottom, which is 5 and 5. Right, there's only 10 twist ties around the bottom, not all 18. So we only need 5 of each of the ribbons to go around the bottom. So 12-inch tails. 3, 4, 5. Have I ever had to sharpen my scissors? No. I think if the scissors had been used enough that they need to be sharpened, that if you price your items correctly, you've made enough profit to just replace them, like reward yourself, friend. Oh. So does she need something? All right, 5 of these. Hey, Josh. Josh, how's is the recovery going? Took a chunk out of your finger, Nancy. Don't do that. Yeah, that green ribbon is nice and pretty. All right, these are 12 inches. You've had COVID for 10 days. No fun. Hope you feel better soon. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Do you have signs for sale? Yep. Just go to DecoExchange.com. What's the price for this wreath? I don't know off the top of my head, but if I'm gonna list it, it's gonna be somewhere between $120 and $130 plus shipping. Have we checked on Tammy? Tammy was here earlier. Tammy will be fine. It's just football. All right. Y'all, now we're just going to pair our ribbon together. All right, so of course we don't want to put our 2 greens together. So I'm gonna put the green and the purple, then the burlap and the green. Going to layer these on top of each other, fold them in half. All right, then we're gonna pinch it right down the middle. Just remember what Damon would charge is not what a new wreath maker would. Rusty, don't give people bad advice. Thank you, though. You need to charge what your product is worth, no matter if you're new or old. You don't go into a restaurant and they say, oh, we've only been open for, a week, so we're not charging that. That's crazy. You need to figure out what your overhead is, what your profit wants to be, whatever any of your expenses are. Come up with your multiplier, and that's your multiplier. All right, we're gonna fold this in half. What the heck? And we're gonna add this all the way around. Once you get that added, you're just gonna spread your tails out. Just like that, and add it all the way around. fold that in half. Give it a good pinch. And keep adding them all the way around. Also, while we're adding these tailspins, it's the same thing over and over again. Y'all, if you undervalue yourself and your own skills, why is anyone else going to value them? Then the problem with that is you grow a customer base, and then all of a sudden you're like, oh, I feel like I can charge more today. Then you charge more, and all your current customers can't afford your prices. And they're used to paying over here. So now you got to start all over. Don't do it. The at-home store had no ribbon today. I honestly... Okay, so the at-home store, the ribbon is not full rolls, and it's not the best quality. So I do like to buy the at-home store's floral, some of their stuff that you can add to your wreath, but the ribbon, I try not to get it. Listen, just because I do ×3, if you're not comfortable with that, don't do it. But don't do it because of where you think you are in your business. Right? If you only want wreaths to your local neighborhood and you know that your local neighborhood will only pay $50, then you got to calculate that into the price of your wreaths. That's up to you, right? But do not build your business off of price A and then think you're gonna just change your prices one day and all of your customers are gonna be cool with it. Don't do it. From day one, I've done ×3. Some people do supplies ×2 plus whatever they feel like their hourly rate is times however many hours they worked on it. And here's the thing, you can always have, okay, so think about this. Y'all, Michael's prices, so does Hobby Lobby and all the other stores, they price their supplies so that they can give people a discount. So you could say, hey, my wreaths are supplies times 3, but I just opened my business, so I'm having a 20% off sale. For me, I've looked at pricing multiple ways, and they all come out pretty close to the times 3 with how I make my wreaths. So I just stick with that. All right, we're almost done with our ribbon tails all the way around the base. You have people asking you for $25 and $30 wreaths. If you're in the creative coaching group, I would log in. We have a whole section in the membership portal of wreaths that we made for less than $10. Y'all, I wrapped this pipe cleaner around when I added this bow, I wrapped the pipe cleaner around the tinsel tie, and I need it. So I'm just gonna undo that real quick. And then tie it back down. Beth, the first round I only add ribbon tails around the bottom. Do you cut your pipe cleaners when done? No reason to. How will you compute the times 3? Add up your stuff and then multiply times 3? That's what I would do. Or if you're in the business coaching, just log into the membership portal and download the pricing sheet. Whichever one works for you. All right, last set of tails around the bottom. What's up, Lisa Callan? Barbara, I would contact the help desk. That's where I would start. It's info@famanotes.com. They might be able to help you out. All right. Y'all, let's dovetail our bows next. Once we get those dovetailed, we'll be able to look at it and see if there's any places that look a little bit, we'll just call it gappy. I personally like to dovetail towards the end because You just never know where you need that little tail to fall. And I don't like all the tails being exactly the same. You had to feed livestock. That's fun. You love the green? It's just a pretty color. It's like enough pop, but also like tones it down a little bit. All right, so like for me, I can already tell when I look right here that I'm gonna wanna add some tails in that section right there. Do you have a price for this wreath? I can tell you that this style wreath, for me, on Etsy, sells really well when I price it between $119 and $130. So the box was $50. The kit was $50, right? So 50 times 3 is $150. So between the two wreaths, I want my total price to be at least $150. What size box? Okay, listen. I always sound like a smart money when I say this, but you have to ship your wreath in the box that it fits in. So if someone tells you, oh, I ship in a 20 by 20 by 4, y'all, if you make a wreath like this, you cannot ship it in a 20 by 20 by 4. So you're gonna have to measure your wreath, see what size box you need, and then purchase the appropriate box. Now, give me a second and I'll tell you what size I will need for this one. Do I sell colostomy bags? Arthur, I don't, but I would guarantee you that you could purchase like the umbrella bags. Guarantee they'll fit wherever you need to put it. Potentially, if you buy a roll of mesh, you could use that leftover bag. Hey Vanessa, how are you? I mean, we're pretty crafty around here. We can find something. All right. Let's get one ribbon tail right up here for sure. I'm gonna use this one since we already have so many cut. We're gonna need one more. We're gonna measure out 12 inches. Patty, yeah, some fool was asking or trying to, you know, come here and cause problems, looking for a colostomy bag, asking if we sell them. We don't, but I guarantee that you can buy something that you can repurpose. Y'all, people, listen. They're gonna show up. They're gonna act a fool. Just tell them hi. As long as they're not being inappropriate to you or to your followers, just let their engagement happen. A little fireworks outside. He asked Stephanie the same question. He's just in a real shitty situation. I don't know. Y'all. So there's wreath number 1 out of our kit. You know what I think the sad part is? Is that there is probably someone who follows our page or watches this live who actually needs a colostomy bag, and this fool came up here making jokes about it. All right, y'all, with our leftover stuff from the kit, we're gonna make a little baby wreath. All right, so to do that, we're gonna take pipe cleaners. So you're gonna get like 25 pipe cleaners in this box if you order this kit. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All right, we're gonna take it. We're gonna start on the outside edge, and we're gonna wrap our pipe cleaners around the 4 braces. All right. All right. So we've got our 4. Now we're gonna go right between. What size box? So, put it on my mat. I would put this in a 22 by 22 by 8. All right. Now we're gonna go in between these here. Oh, his mind's definitely bad. All right, tie that off. So we're just going right in between. The smaller wreath is a 10-inch. And as quickly as he came, he left. How? Hope he finds a better hobby. All right, so now we've got 8 pipe cleaners on our little wreath frame. Now we're gonna grab our leftover mesh from the kit. Y'all, we're gonna cut these at 20 inches. If I was a rotary cutter, where would I have gone? Oh, right here. Hello. One. Y'all, okay, let's listen. Look at me right here. Y'all know I'm petty, right? Like, I make it known. Everybody knows. Listen, just call me Petty LaBelle. Listen, one time, these people went on one of my friends' lives, and they were basically like, there's people that troll, and then there's people that need to go, right? And these people were making remarks about them and their children and their family, and like way beyond, like it was straight up bullying. And those people may or may not have had their places of employment tagged to their pages where they were harassing women online. And not just a little harassment, like they had a whole Facebook. Okay, and listen, they weren't real smart because nothing they did was private, including the Facebook group that they created where they could all hang out and make fun of women online. So, because I, just clicked on their profile and I could see the whole conversation they were having on people's lives that they were sharing into this group that they thought was private that wasn't because they weren't very smart. I may or may not have sent copies of their conversations to their places of employment. And was like, I'm just wondering if you guys typically hire people at your nonprofit that harass women when your nonprofit is supposed to help women. Just let me know. All right, y'all, now we're gonna take our little 20-inch ruffles. All right, we're gonna curl those edges just a little bit. Y'all, that was back in like maybe 2018. Give it a little ruffle. And we're gonna add those right around here. Like, listen. There's people that, are funny. Like the couch people. Listen, I would have sold them the couch. But those people were vulgar. I think it was mainly the vulgarness. Like, they would go on people's lives and, like, try to ask for favors. I was like, not gonna happen. No one sits higher than anyone else to pass judgment. Listen, I pass judgment. And I'll happily take whatever wrath you got for that one. And I'm gonna judge you if you don't stand up for people that also need it. So that's where we are. All right, so we did our 20-inch pieces around the bottom. Now we're gonna do the 4 pieces around the top. Is this a kit also? Lisa, so we're using the scraps from the kit to make the second wreath. Oh, Allison, I was like, listen, pretty sure you've been around here long enough to know that we don't put up with that. Glad we're on the same page there. All right, last 2 little ruffles. What did you miss with wreaths? You missed the whole wreath. We're making the second little baby wreath now. So, if you missed the very beginning, what I suggest did was, like, if you buy a kit from someone and you are looking at the price of the kit, right? So this kit was $50. So for someone to resell this one wreath for $150, it could be a lot, right? But there was enough stuff in this box that you can make more than one project. And that's what I'm showing. So for the $50, they had 2 frames in the box so that you could expand and have enough product left over to make more than one project, right? So that little 10-inch frame is still going to give you about a 20-inch wreath. Now in the kit, I only put 1 sun. So we're gonna just not have a second sun. The kit is on DecoExchange.com. So the kit right now is just a picture of that welcome sign. All right. So for this one, our bow is going to be like our focal since we don't have a sign. So let's measure this out about 12 inches. Give it a good pinch. Yes, but the monthly box had 3 signs last time. Wendy, yes, but the monthly box isn't a wreath kit. This is a wreath kit. For the 10-inch ring, I did 20-inch cuts. Only because that's how much mesh I had left. You probably can ship this small. We'll see if it fits. All right, so our loops are all staying slightly bigger, but going down just a little bit. Veronica, I don't know. I don't ask people for stars, so they're just doing it, I guess. All right, a little center loop action here. So y'all, the center loop, the whole purpose of the center loop is just to hide your pipe cleaner that you tie in the center. It is a monetary tip on Facebook, but I would rather you just go buy some ribbon or something, personally. All right, take your pipe cleaner, wrap it around your little bow. Yeah, but Pam, the amount that you pay for the stars is a lot more than what Facebook pays us for the stars. So I always recommend people just go shop on the website and purchase things. But any stars that are sent do get donated. All right. Gonna add this right on here. Yeah, we get a lot less money than you spend on stars. Facebook gets most of it. You can also go, if you want to do donations to our rescues, you can just go to the DecoExchangeFoundation.com and you can donate there. So there, your whole $5 would go towards your donation versus buying the stars and then Facebook getting half your donation. Yeah, we added it over to the side of the frame. Then I'm gonna just turn this a little bit so my tails hang down. All right, y'all, now we're gonna cut some little tails to go around here. So we had 8 twist ties total. We already have some of these, so we'll definitely use this one. 3, we'll cut one more of those at 12. All right, and there's still some left over. All right, let's cut 4 of these. 1, 2, 3, 4. Did you miss a whiteboard session? We didn't have a whiteboard session tonight. I'm sure I did hurt someone's feelings earlier, but that's all right. The tail boards are not part of the Easy Bow. They are from hotmeshmom.com. All right. I'm going to use these 2. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right. 4 of these. 2, 3, 4. All right. So let's pair see which ones we want to pair together. Okay, we're going to pair the brown and the green again. And then the floral with the purple this time. So I would list them separate, not as a pair. I don't ever list anything as a pair. Now you can, in the description, link the two. All right, now on pipe cleaners, after I tie my ribbon off, I will trim those down. All right, get those spread out. So we just want to make sure that our ribbon tails are fanned out. Where do you buy your boxes for shipping wreaths? So what I would recommend is you go to howtomakewreaths.com and you search for how to ship a wreath. We've got all kinds of links there for you. Where I get my boxes probably won't make sense for most of you because you have to buy them in bulk, but I get mine from Uline. But if you go to that blog post, we've got a couple of resources there. Is all the ribbon I sell wired? Yes. Stephanie says that all of our shipping advice have saved her so much. So I will tell you, on average, from the first year that I shipped, what I learned before we ever even grew a big business, changed our prices by by $7 a box, okay? So if I look at just the amount of shipments that have left from DecoExchange.com, and I don't take in account any additional negotiations or savings, and just look at the very initial savings, y'all, I think we're at like 140 something thousand shipments. Hang on. Let's just say it's 140,000. Y'all, what if I did 140,000 times $7 in savings? That's $980,000 that I would have spent extra on shipping if we had not applied the simple tools that we shared in that little class. What the heck? All right. Last one around the bottom. Hey, Sherry. Right now, if I had to guess, we're probably paying somewhere between $12 and $14 less than what we were initially paying. But it's changed throughout the years, so I wouldn't want to do that number. That would be false advertising. All right. Look how cute it is already. Starting to come together. And then we're just gonna add our ribbon tails right in here. USPSs give boxes for free. I'm pretty sure I've never made a wreath that would fit in a USPS box. All right. You could add florals to anything that you wanted, Barbara. How did the wisdom come about? Was it trial through error of formulas? It was, well, I've always been in the business consulting realm, so I've been doing business for a long time. But a lot of our knowledge in the online space, y'all, I put the wrong ribbons together, and I already trimmed it down, so that just happened. Comes from trial and error, so we teach people not to make the same mistakes that we made, for sure. But I've also spent, if I had to guess, somewhere around $250,000 to $350,000 on education for our business. So I take that education, I apply it to our business, and then I tweak that education to match up with how creatives can use it to sell their creations online. So, trial and error, calculations, formulas, mentorship, all the things, we do it. Y'all, I'm gonna go ahead and just put the 3 green all the way around the top. Oh, thanks, Connie. Lori joined business coaching on Friday. Awesome, glad to have you. So I actually like having the 3 green around the top, mainly because we have that pop of purple mesh that is showing through, so you still get all your purple. All right, let's trim this down. Hey, Wilhelmine. Feels like I haven't seen you in forever. Like, actually, like, seeing you in person, friend. Where were we at? We were at... Was it, the one in middle of nowhere, Texas? Is that where we were? The last time I saw you? TDR? Is that it? Or did you come to Wreath? I don't know. I feel like it was TDR last time I actually like sat down and had a conversation with you. Y'all, so we just used the scraps from that one to make this one, right? And we still have enough stuff left over that we could easily make something else. So what else could we make real quick? Let's see how much mesh we have left over. All right. You can join the business coaching at any time. So let's make one more quick bow. We're going to measure this out to about 12 inches. Give that a good twist. Gonna measure out about 7 inches. All right, and that's all I've got on this one. Is 1 loop and 2 tails. Hey Nola, glad you're still around. 1 empty roll. Oh, you know what else I'm gonna do? Since I have these ribbon tails already cut, I'm gonna go ahead and use these as extra tails. How many yards per roll? Each roll has 10 yards. You can put in WK-058 maybe. Oh, thanks, Dora. So we're just making an extra bow. With our supplies. Melanie just joined business coaching. Glad to have you. All right, y'all, I'm gonna grab this extra ribbon and just slide it right in here. Susan, I wouldn't estimate, I would add it up. Y'all, we're still gonna have extra ribbon, no doubt. John, you gotta be fast. 60919 for sure. All right. Slide this out. Get it nice and tight. Laurel, you definitely need to go through our shipping class because you're way overpaying for shipping there. All right. Y'all, now we're gonna take our 2 pieces of mesh that we had. We're gonna curl those ends up just a little bit, ruffle that down. Same on the other one, ruffle that down. And we're gonna add that to the back of our bow here. I'm gonna put a zip tie around it first. Now, you're really not going to see the mesh, but it's going to give it a nice base. So that it keeps everything nice and perky. Get this pulled off nice and tight. Hey Gwen, how you been, friend? All right, fluff out our little bow. We need to dovetail it. Now you can list this bow for sale in your Etsy shop, and you can list it as a just a regular bow, as a mailbox bow, as a lamppost bow. Y'all, people buy bows every single day on Etsy who can't make their own, and they add it to their own little wreaths. That's a whole business right there. Selling just bows. Now, there's going to be some places that you ship to that no matter what, they're just going to cost you more to ship there, unfortunately. But for the most part, you should be getting your shipping a little bit cheaper than that. As a lantern bow, absolutely. Make sure I got everything dovetailed. So I like to put the mesh on the back of just the single bows because even if your customer, well, I thought I had a grapevine right here. I do. Right? Because your customer can now buy the bow and just tie it off on their wreath and it's done. Or they can tie it onto a lamppost like this. They can tie it on, I'm not moving the whole mailbox, sorry y'all. Tie it off to mailbox, all kinds of things. So with the one kit, we've made this wreath. We made this wreath. We made this little baby wreath. We made just the bow. So for me, I would probably charge $35 for this. I would charge between $45 and $50 for this, and then between $119 and $130 for this. And I have enough ribbon left over that I could totally make a grapevine wreath if I added my own florals. So for that, to do like a little floral bow, right now, we should probably unplug this because we don't need it. We would make looser loops. So I'm gonna make these about 6-inch loops. But every loop is gonna stay 6 inches. Yeah, all the ribbon came in this one kit. So y'all, that's what I was trying to explain to y'all. Like, whenever you look at the price of a kit, if the kit seems expensive, make sure that you can make more than one project with it, right? Like if this was $50 and you could only make one wreath, and you knew that wreath would only sell you, you can only sell that one wreath for $120. Like, you want to make sure you can recoup some of your cost other ways. All right, so y'all, every loop is going to be about 6 inches. So if adding a bow to a grapevine, most of the time I like the loops to all stay about the same size because you want to be able to fill those loops in with your florals and greenery. And if you make your bow where it's too tight, that doesn't work out too well. Does it make sense to purchase a subscription box and a wreath kit? I can't tell you what makes sense for you, right? Because I don't know your financial situation. But they're not exactly the same. So the subscription box is not going to be all the supplies you need to make a wreath. It's just a box of supplies that coordinate. All right, so see how all these loops are kind of big and airy? That's because whenever you add them to a grapevine, do we sell the long pipe cleaners? We normally do. I don't know if there's any available on the website right now or not. So the subscription box is always going to be worth about 80 to 100 and something dollars, and you pay 60. So you get a lot of things in there that you would not get in a wreath kit. All right. So you see how the loops are all nice and spaced out? Whereas on this one, our loops get smaller as they went towards the center. That's because on this one, I want the bow to stand out by itself. And on this one, I want to have space. You would call it airy, right? Airy, or you would want gaps, so that whenever you started adding your floral or greenery, it shows up in your wreath. Right, so now I can take my floral stem and I can work it down into my bow. And there's enough gaps between the loops that you can really see your florals and your greenery, and it makes like it all blends in. Luann, tonight is a wreath kit. So the actual wreath kit is to make this wreath, and then with the leftover supplies, we made this mini wreath, this bow, and this bow. Yeah, Veronica, so if you're just getting started, I would probably do the kit, honestly, in this particular case. So the last two subscription boxes had some of these supplies in them. But if you're just getting started and you just want to make your first wreath, I would get the wreath kit. If you are trying to build up your inventory and you want to learn how to use new things, I would get the subscription box. And if you have the funding for both, then that's your ideal solution, right? Yo, I'm not even lying. Listen, some people get 4 or 5 subscription boxes. And every month I'm like, did y'all contact them? Are you sure they want 4 boxes? And they're like, yes, we just called them last month. They want the 4 boxes. I'm like, what the heck? I'm like, I know, I just saw this person's name on a label. Sandy's like, I know, they get 3 boxes. I'm like, okay. Does it come with instructions? It does not. It comes with a link back to this video. Y'all, I already unplugged the glue gun, so I can't sell this one like this, but Sandy gets 2 boxes. Y'all, sometimes though, the stuff that's in it, you can only get it in the box. So I get it, like why some people want it. But that first time I saw someone with like 5 boxes, I was like, this has got to be a mistake. All right. Yo, I'm going to plug the glue gun back in for a second so I don't forget to glue this together. But it was not a mistake. All right. Let's trim all this up. You get 2 boxes too? How many rolls were in this kit? 6. And after all the projects that we made, okay, so the 60919 and the Grapevine were not in the kit. I added those after. Right, I added those after. But we still have ribbon left over. I still have this much ribbon left over. Cheryl, I know that we did list some of the extra double hearts on the website. I don't know if they're still in stock or not, because that was a little while ago. All right, so the ribbon that was left, we added a small grapevine, 1 $7 flower, and I have a whole nother project that I can list. All right, so you know how earlier someone was like, oh, we need some less expensive projects? Y'all, you're never gonna make this wreath and sell it for 30 bucks. I mean, you could, but you're not gonna make any money. Right? But you could make something like this. You know, a grapevine, you're gonna pay anywhere between $4 and $7. $7 floral, you're at 14. Let's say you've got another $5 in ribbon in your bow. You could sell this for $30 and not feel guilty about it. Like the amount of time and effort that went into it, right? Christina, you'd have to sign up again. They can't change the quantity on you. All right, y'all, so tonight we made this wreath. We made this little baby wreath. The baby wreath turned out to be, I'm gonna say 20 by 20. And this is not the box that it shipped in, but this would fit in this box. I don't know what size box they're gonna ship it in, honestly. We made a mailbox bow. And then I just threw this one together. So the grapevine and the floral, I'm just going to keep saying it. The grapevine and the floral were not in the kit. I added those extra. And there's enough ribbon left over, whatever I just did with it, that I could have made one more bow like this without the burlap ribbon. But I could have made another grapevine bow. All right, y'all, it was fun hanging out. I'm gonna go eat my slice of pizza for dinner. You guys have a good night, and the wreath kit is available at DecoExchange.com.